Hey, you guys. So thanks so much for your patience. Hopefully, we'll get something figured out for next week in terms of doing a live meditation session with everybody. I was really looking forward to being interactive and, getting some feedback from the kids and stuff and from you all as parents. But hopefully, fingers crossed, next time we'll get it figured out. So, what I wanted to do is just review what I talked about the last 2 weeks during meditation, because some of you don't have students at Fairview, or maybe your students weren't able to attend meditation. So, I want to just kind of bring you all up to speed pretty quickly. And then, if you have any questions or concerns, about what I'm going to go over very quickly, then, let me know, message me, and I can explain things in a little bit more detail to you. So, the first thing I want to talk about is deep abdominal breathing. That's the first thing that I always teach people, because if I were to ask you the question, take a deep breath, 9 times out of 10, you're going to breathe in through your chest, right? So, and I'm exaggerating a little bit here. So when I say take a deep breath, you're probably right in through your chest. What I want to show you is how to do deep abdominal breathing. And what this will do, it will oxygenate your blood so much so that your body's automatic response is to relax. So if anyone suffers from panic attacks, anxiety, stress, anything like that, doing deep abdominal breathing will help you almost instantaneously, because again, it's your body's automatic response to calm down when you do this type of breathing. So what you want to do is exhale completely. And when you inhale, you want to let your belly slowly rise. Then you want to bring the air up, and then you want to exhale, and then let your belly go in. So it's very much so happening in this area is where the air is coming into your abdominal, not into your chest. Okay, so again, maybe you can watch my hands. So when I do the deep abdominal breathing, watch my hands move. Bring it up. See how my belly goes in? So that's going to be something that you just need to practice, because it feels very different when you do it. And if you are doing this and you start to feel lightheaded, you're doing it the right way, because what's happening is your blood is oxygenating to the point where you're not used to it, your body's not used to it, and you just feel really lightheaded. So but know that over time it will be just fine. So deep abdominal breathing. The next thing that I talked to everyone about the past 2 weeks was the importance of creating your own space. So whether that be, in your downstairs basement, or in the bedroom, or there's just a space somewhere, that's all theirs. And so the reason for this is because when you start to feel anxious or stressed or any of those things, what you can do is go right into that sacred space that you've created, and your body's also automatic response would be to calm down, because you've kind of trained yourself. When you go there, you feel good, you feel at peace, you feel calm. And in this space, it can include, I told the kids it could be maybe their favorite stuffed animal. Perhaps it's, if they have crystals, that's a good thing to put there. If they're older, maybe some candles if you trust them in that, or moms, if you want to do that, if you want to create a sacred space just for you. Include anything that's meaningful and brings you peace and joy, is what you want to include in this space. And it doesn't have to be huge. It's just a little area. It could be the corner of the room, the end of the bed, something like that. Okay. The next thing I talked about over the past 2 weeks was mantras. And mantras are really cool in that a lot of times people tell me they can't meditate because the number one reason is that they tell me they can't stop their mind from thinking. And I always tell them that's fabulous, because you wouldn't want your eyes to stop seeing or your lungs to stop breathing. So you don't want your mind to stop thinking, because that's what it's designed to do. Meditation is just a way that you can get to that space between those thoughts to find yourself comfort and that feeling of peace and feeling of tranquility. Okay. So mantras are a tool and another type of meditation that you can use to get yourself into that really peaceful state. So when I asked, last week what the students, thought would be a good mantra, a lot of them said Om. So if you do any type of yoga, or if your child does yoga, you use Om quite a bit in that. And Om is actually from Sanskrit language. And the cool thing about Sanskrit language is that the different sounds that are put together are purposely done so that when your mind hears it, that's another way that you can find some peace and calm in the chaos. So if you were to do a mantra meditation using Om, what you would do, whether if you're sitting in a chair, pick your back straight. If you're sitting on the floor, legs crossed, again, back straight. Your hands can be on your knees, either palms down or palms up. It's completely up to you. And on that in-breath, you want to say O, and then on the exhale, you say the M. So it would be something like Om. And you can do mantras either out loud or in your head. And what's important about mantras is that it's repetitive. So you do this over and over and over and over until you get into that space. And it's hard to describe that space that you get into, that you're just kind of like in your mojo, right? And it's just you just do it, and you're not thinking about everything that you have to do during the day. You're not thinking about lists that you've made. None of that. You're concentrating on the mantra. Okay. The other thing I talked about with them was the importance of gratitude and how our minds and our mindset can really change how we feel. So I asked them to either get a notebook, a piece of paper, or, if your kids are a little bit younger that they can't write, to actually physically, verbalize what their gratitude is. But I asked them to write down 3 to 5 things that they are grateful for during the day. Now, gratitude is so important, I think, especially now, to kind of change our mindset. And so I like doing gratitudes in the evening. It's a way to kind of reflect on, especially if the day was nuts and crazy and you're not even sure how you got through the day, but you did. And in the evening, you can reflect back onto the things that you're really grateful for that happened during that day. I find that kids are really good with this. Adults, we struggle with coming up with some things that we're grateful for. I think we overthink things, whereas, the kids are like, I'm grateful for playing with my friends, for my stuffed animals, for, whatever. And something that, I do for my kids at night, I ask them, tell me one thing that made you happy today and one thing you're really grateful for today. So it's kind of a reflective exercise to think about what happened throughout the whole day. And you never judge, what is said in terms of gratitude or what makes you happy, because I think it's important to validate those, what makes them feel that way. Another thing that you can do with gratitude is you can do it in the morning. It's a great way to start your day, to think about, you woke up, you have running water, whatever else you're grateful for to start the day, or you can do both. So it is up to you, but I think it's a great exercise and a great habit to get into in terms of mindset and switching that maybe if you're in a negative mindset, things just weren't going right during that day, to flip it around and just jot down 3 to 5 to 10 things, that you're grateful for, and that makes a big difference. So I just wanted to kind of bring everybody up to speed on, what I've kind of talked about in a nutshell over the past 2 weeks, and now into this week, what I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about mindfulness. And mindfulness is just another type of meditation that you can do. It's not guided, which I will do a little bit later on, or a mantra. This is a mindfulness. And so this is really having you be more aware of everything that's around you. So if you were, here's a cool thing to do. Go outside when you're done watching this, and what do you hear? What do you see? But more importantly, how does it make you feel? Another thing that you can do is when, for example, daily activities, brushing your teeth. How many of us just go like through the motions, point A to point B? We're not even sure how we got there, but we did. So another thing that you can do in terms of mindfulness, for example, is when, like I said, when you brush your teeth, what are the steps involved with that? So you have to get the toothpaste, you have to take the lid off, you have to put the toothpaste on the brush, turn the water on, all of those steps. Just becoming more mindful of that. And then how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel happy? Is it really cool when you take the time to, do the steps of brushing your teeth, of getting your book bag together, for school, or getting your whatever that you're doing for the day? How does that make you feel to be more mindful? Or again, going outside and paying attention. I think when we were all, kids, I know I did this. You go outside and you lay on the ground and you just look up in the clouds. Oh, what does that cloud look like? That looks like an elephant to me. No, that looks like a zebra to me. Or that looks like this, just a circle, or whatever. And then do the clouds move fast? Do they move slow? Do they change? Like all of this is becoming more mindful. And really, it's a tool to help you be more in the moment, right? Because like I said, we go from point A to point B. We don't know how we got there. We were never in that moment. We just go through the motions. So this is a way to slow down, again, show gratitude and be present in that moment. And for parents, this is a great way that you can be, in the moment. For example, when you're, the kids are outside playing, rather than being on the phone or scrolling or do whatever, just go out there and really be present. Like really watch what they're doing, how they're doing it. Riding the bike, playing, shooting hoops for basketball, whatever it is. And then how does that make you feel? So it's all just a different kind of way to think about things. But mindfulness is really, really important. Another thing is I always do with them a guided meditation and also a different kind of fun exercise to do. The one week we did the butterfly, blowing out the butterflies, getting rid of those butterflies in the belly. This one, I want to talk about bumblebee breath. And this is a really great exercise if you're feeling stressed or anxious or, really kind of overwhelmed. So what you want to do is you want to take your finger and in between your cheek and the hole in your ear, you want to hold right there and just push in. We're just going to test this, right? Push in and push out. It's kind of blocking out the outside noises, right? And then when you let it loose, you can hear everything again. So this is what you want to do for this particular exercise. Again, it's called bumblebee breath. You want to exhale completely. And then as you breathe in, you want to pause and hold and close. And then you want to exhale. And the key here is to see if you can go for a minute, have some fun with it. And what you're doing is getting rid of all of the stress, all of the, the unease that you may feel, just those bumblebee breath. Just get it all out, and all that buzzing and craziness that's going on in your head. Imagine that all being released in your breath. All right, so it's a really fun exercise that you can do. Another thing is, as I mentioned, the guided meditation. Guided meditation is really simple to do, especially if you've never meditated before, because basically you're just listening and following along to what the other person is telling you to do. Super simple, super easy. There's guided meditations for so many different things, for stress, anxiety, abundance, peace, transition, all of it. So the one I want to do today is called a happy heart. And so what I'd like you to do is get into a comfortable seated position, whether you're in a chair. If you're in a chair, again, back straight, feet flat on the ground, or if you're sitting on the floor, on a blanket, on a yoga mat, put your legs crossed, and you can have either your palms down or your palms facing up. The choice is yours, okay? I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to slowly close your eyes, because we are about to go on a magical journey inside. So did you know that you are so amazing that you can go anywhere you want simply by using your imagination? That's how extraordinarily talented you are. So today we're going to take a journey into our own hearts, a very special and beautiful place. So there are times when you might feel sad or down, and that's okay. Anytime we feel sad, we can check in with our heart. We can choose to surround ourselves with a beautiful glowing light to bring ourselves comfort during worrisome times. First, you might be seeing this sunlight. It's warm on your body. It's calming. It's calming your mind. Perhaps you're seeing yellow or a golden light right now. Breathe that light in deeply and allow it to relax and comfort you. Notice how it's giving you a sense of peace. Now feel that warm, glowing light surround your entire body. Watch now as that light turns to a soft blue, the color of the sky on a clear, dreamy day. The soft blue calms you and brings you even more peace now. You might even begin to feel as you are drifting on one of the clouds. Gently start to see that color change to pink and watch what it does. Breathe in deeply now as you allow that light pink color to gently flow into your body and flow directly into your heart. Put your hand on your heart now. Feel that gentle nudge of any hurts going away. This is helping you let go of any sadness or worry. And exhale. Pay attention that when you exhale, you are letting go of any pain or sadness, and your heart starts to feel lighter and freer. That soft, gentle light fills up that space in your heart now, and it shines out any sadness or pain. See that soft glowing light filling up all that space, and see how easily and lovingly it fills. Breathe this peacefulness deeply into every part of you now, and notice the calm and stillness take over. Life just feels better now. Your heart feels better. This feeling will stay with you throughout the rest of the day. And remember that you have the power to come back to this golden light, this feeling of peace inside your heart at any time. Imagine now your heart beating with happiness, jumping with joy and excitement at how many wonderful people and beautiful things are surrounding you. Take a moment to feel gratitude now for all the love and the caring that surrounds you. It's so amazing. Remember how it feels now to be so calm and peaceful. Turn your attention, still with your eyes closed, back to your room where you're sitting, that space that you're in. And know that this peace you've just created for yourself is yours, and you can call upon it at any time that you need. I want you to now take in another deep breath and exhale completely. Take in another deep breath, and I want you to give yourself a big hug and then exhale. So how do you feel? Do you feel calm, relaxed, at peace? So just know that you can come back to this feeling of this glowing light filling up your heart anytime that you need it. So I want to thank you guys so much for hanging in here with me. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Let me know. I hope you found some value in this, and thank you for sharing this space with me today. I am honored. Thank you so very much. Namaste, my friends.